love Mando, but I've never like simped for Mando, you know?
Yeah.
Like I like him, but like he's not my favorite character.
Again, that's your fiance talking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is his fault. He can't ever
right.
get mad at me for simping over a fictional character.
Bro,
okay?
she simps over my favorite character, and then now I have to question how much I really like Anakin.
That's your problem, not mine. Anywhoomst.
I live with it.
Okay, when I saw that montage of him working on that ship, something inside me changed, and I am officially a Mando simp. I'm sorry, it happened.
I can agree.
Right? It was just, I don't know, just something about it. It was just.
No, yeah, it was.
And then seeing him fly it, like, because we don't see, like, we haven't seen him in a small ship.
I love when
seen
she
him in
goes.
his big ship.
When she goes, you're flying it like a gunship.
Yeah.
Fly it like a starfighter.
That
and he
was
goes,
cool.
Shing!
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was so
okay.
cool.
Also, can we talk about how they hollowed out the droid port and made like a little? It's like a sidecar.
Yeah.
And the baby can probably see it. It's perfect.
Yes, it is. I really wanted him. I was expecting her to be like, okay, you need a droid.
Yeah.
To help you fly the ship,
but he doesn't
have the
like
BD
droids.
unit. Well, I mean, he's coming around after season 1 because of IG.
Yeah, kind of.
Somewhat. I mean, he's.
But to have a droid with him all the time.
No. Yeah.
No.
We're fine. We're all fine here. No, thanks. How are you?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the punchitchewiepodcast. I'm Erikel, this is Bella, and we are excited to talk about a lot today.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot. There was a lot of news this past week, some Star Wars news, and at the time of this recording, it is Wednesday, and the new episode of Book of Boba just came out, episode 5, right?
Oh my god. I think it was the best one yet, but
by far.
we'll get into
for
that
sure.
later.
Yeah, we will definitely get into that. But, well, I mean, let's just hop right in. I mean,
Okay.
that was an incredible episode.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Okay, so you guys all know this already. I am a huge prequels fan, so I absolutely loved this episode. There were so many little nods to the Phantom Menace and that whole era in Star Wars, and
Yeah. Yes.
it was like, and it wasn't too much. It wasn't forced. It was just really cool. It was like bringing almost like the beginning of the Star Wars time, not the beginning, but like movie-wise, that era, and then now we're towards the end of, you know, that timeline, and like, I don't know, it was just really cool to see that all connect and like make sense. I love those like full circle moments.
It was definitely a refreshing, and we'll get, you know, to the details here in a bit, but it was definitely incredible to see a lot of familiar things, but also that entire first half of the episode was all new stuff that we've not seen, new locations. My gosh. Okay, so I have no idea where so we opened the episode with Mando, like they didn't even waste.
They jumped right into.
Yeah, they jumped right into showing us Din, as if we didn't know already.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone pretty much was like, yep, we're going to see him this episode. And the planet he's on, would you call it a planet?
I don't...
I mean, it looked like Halo.
Colony.
It looked like
I would call it a colony.
It's like Halo, right?
Yeah, it looked like Halo. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And it's definitely one of one of the most interesting new settings, new planets, anything that we've seen them introduce, and honestly, I want to explore a lot more of that if we can, but I don't know if he'll be going back there. But oh my gosh, it was definitely really, really cool seeing him fight the Klatooinians. And bringing in that bounty. I mean, seeing him
really cool.
Seeing him wield the Darksaber. I mean, he's not very skilled with it.
He kind of doesn't know what he's doing yet, but that will come with time.
Yes, it will. And oh my gosh, he like cooked himself.
He did. Oh god.
He like
I felt that. Yeah.
I also liked a lot how like Mickey Mouse isn't in this episode. Like they went full on with the violence. It's like, nope.
Yeah.
Let's turn it up. Yeah, I loved it.
They didn't hold back, honestly.
That butcher shop scene was like, it felt very like Mob, which I thought was cool.
Yes, it was. The wise guys.
But it was like, it was not like a horror scene, but like it kind of had that vibe, which we don't get to see a lot in Star Wars, which I thought was cool. Because it's like a different kind of vibe than we usually see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, what? Yeah, when have we ever seen a butcher shop in Star Wars or anything? Anything like that.
I was hoping for a Rocky reference at least, no, in the background for some couple frames.
Did you see how clean the Darksaber cut through the calf?
Yeah, that was
my god
scary.
And then, oh my god, he messed that guy up. The bounty.
Yeah.
He was done.
I can bring you.
He was done.
Or I can bring you in cold.
Yeah, I'm glad he
warned him.
He did warn him. I mean, he brought him in very cold. It was just his head.
Oh god, yeah. That was like, I wasn't really expecting that, but like that makes sense because that's the only way to guarantee.
And he was hurt.
That you've killed someone.
Yeah.
It's
well, yeah, he's not going to take the whole body.
Yeah.
He's not going to take the half, the top half. Yeah. You know, because he was in two pieces. Yeah. Now he's in three. But
something I saw is that towards the last couple episodes of The Mandalorian season 2, right? It was so emotional. You get to see the emotional side of Mando. Mm-hmm. Seeing him again being cold and be like, no, that's not what I asked for. Like, no nonsense. You're like, oh, wait, he is cold.
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter, yeah.
Only Grogu makes him soft.
Yeah.
But other than that, he has no other reason to be, you know, like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I guess, no, that's a really good point because we don't really see him go all out like that since the first episode of the first season.
Yeah.
Where he literally shuts the door on a guy and it cuts him in half.
Oh my god, that's right.
That's two now. That's two now, Junior.
Making a habit of that.
Yeah, no, well, I do enjoy watching Din cut people in half. That's definitely...
Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. This was a lot cooler because he did it with the Darksaber.
We've been waiting to see
more
of that, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously there is a lot that we don't know exactly what happened yet, like how, you know, what terms him and Bo-Katan left on. Mm-hmm. You know, he still doesn't have a ship. He's, you know, he's just kind of like roaming the galaxy on charters and stuff like that. So it was really cool. It's really cool to see him in like a position of like, okay, like I need work. Yeah. You know? Not that he wasn't before, but he had other people. He had his ship. He could travel the galaxy freely. Yeah. You know, as he pleased. But the scene where he has to like take out all of his weapons.
Oh my!
That was so cool.
That was so funny.
That was funny.
Like, very silly. Kind of gave me like Star Tours vibes.
Well, yeah, it was with the droid.
Yeah. But that was cool.
No, that was really, really cool.
Okay, but when he took the Darksaber out and put it in that suitcase, I was like, if it gets stolen from a suitcase, I'm gonna be really mad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be really mad, but it didn't happen. So it's all good.
Yeah.
He got it back. But that was really cool, like watching him like take like everything off and like the rope and like everything. Like it just kept coming. I like the
little like jiggle he did with his wrist with the oh my god,
the
I forgot
bird.
Yeah.
Birds.
Something like that. Now I forgot.
Can't remember the name, but yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot.
Like phew, phew,
yeah.
Phew.
But yeah, he just like jingled them off.
Yeah.
That was really cool to see like his entire arsenal just laid out.
Yeah.
I should make a pin.
That would be cool.
But yeah, I mean I guess we're getting kind of ahead. The whole part where he finds the covert again in their new spot and the armorer and Paz Vizsla. So I remember when we first were introduced to that heavy armored Mando, mm-hmm. we saw his name like Vizsla. It was just spelled like slightly different than like pre-Vizsla. Mm-hmm. So people were like, "Oh, we don't think it's just very close. The name is very close, but it's probably not a descendant.
Yeah.
But he says he's a direct descendant.
Yeah.
So then maybe it was just like a spelling error, or it doesn't matter. It's just they spell it different. Like his family spelled it differently. Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I remember when we were first introduced to him, people were like, oh, yeah, it's cool. His name is Vizsla, but he's not a family member of like Pre-Vizsla and like, you know, that lineage. But he is, which that is awesome.
Makes things a lot more complicated.
Exactly. Especially with, you know, when you look at someone holding the Darksaber that you know belongs to your family, rightfully, by blood, you know. But seeing that duel between them,
that was so cool. I loved the callback to like Empire when they were on that like long skinny platform, and it was like if you fell off, you died. They took their jetpacks off. So that was really cool. I loved that. That was
intense.
That setting was so cool, and I feel like that's one of the first times we've seen Star Wars really expand the planets and like locations, because we've seen a lot of the same stuff recently, but to see something like completely new, like I've never seen anything like that, where it's kind of like the space colony that was like was it orbiting above another planet?
I don't know. No? I think it was just like it was like its own thing. It's like its own planet. It reminded me of like I think the last time we've seen something similar is like Ring of Kafrene in Rogue One. Yeah, you know, so it's like exposed to space, which I'm guessing is like, you know, the planet or whatever is being protected by like some sort of ray shield or something like that. But which, I mean, I'd love to learn more about the planet, how that whole thing works. Yeah,
no, that was really cool.
Because it's definitely one of the most interesting places we've seen in Star Wars up to this point, and I want to learn more about it. I want to see more about it.
And it was giving that like underworld vibe that we know that it was. When George first wanted to make a live-action TV show, however long ago that was, when he still owned Star Wars. Yeah. A lot of like the concept art I've seen looked just like what they did in this episode, so that was really cool to like. At least include
footage.
That.
There's footage of like a like kind of like a test. He like wanted to see what it would look like, or I think it was. I don't really remember the history of like what that clip was supposed to be. Yeah. You know, I know it was supposed to be for that underworld show that he wanted to make, but if we watch it, it's like this episode is very reminiscent of what George wanted to do with that show, and I'm glad you brought it up, because that's really cool to see more of the underworld, and this show is giving us a lot of that. Like Mando gave us a taste, but it was heavily focused on, you know, their mission with Grogu and like what he was trying to do. But this is about the underworld. Yeah. This is about the scum and villainy of the galaxy. Yep. And seeing where they reside, seeing where they, you know,
do their business.
Exactly. Yeah. And not just on Tatooine, not just on like planets we've seen before, but like this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, like going into this show, obviously we had no idea what we were going to see or what to expect. We had an idea somewhat, but nothing like this. Yeah. Right? But I remember I was really hoping we'd see somewhere like Nar Shaddaa, because we've never seen Nar Shaddaa on screen like that. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's the Smuggler's Moon. It's like, that's what I want to see. But like this, I'm fine with this. Like, that was super cool.
That'll do.
I want to know what this place is called.
Yeah. Did we get a name?
We might have, but I don't remember.
Didn't catch it.
I don't remember hearing what it was called. Maybe, you know what? Maybe because, you know, when he's boarding like the liner, there's like announcers saying like, "Oh, headed to Tatooine" or whatever. You like barely hear it. Yeah. I missed it the first time. You're the one that caught it. Maybe they say it. Yeah, blah, blah, exactly. Blah. Yeah. From so and so to Tatooine, you know, something like that. Hopefully, we'll have to watch it again and see if we catch it. But either way, I mean, I'm sure we'll get like a full Wikipedia page or something.
I don't think this is the last we're going to be
definitely
seeing
not.
That location.
I mean, I'm sure it already has a name. It's just a matter of someone figuring it out.
Yeah.
Or them telling us.
Yeah.
But no, that was really cool. I love places like that in Star Wars. Yeah. There's a lot, because, you know, there's all these little alleys and corners of that place that, you know, we only saw one building.
Yeah, we only saw a tiny little piece of it, yeah.
But that was really cool. That was really, really cool. And then, I mean, I guess we have to talk about how he's not a Mandalorian anymore.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the covert.
Yeah.
Of
all
that
two of
sect
them.
of Mandalorians. Yeah, all two. Oof, too soon. Too soon.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah. But yeah, he's not a Mandalorian anymore, and he asked how he could atone.
Yeah, well, at least he can do something about it.
Yeah.
Because I would be kind of like, what if he couldn't?
No, yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, they have these rules in place to keep their people alive. Yeah. It's not just like we feel like doing this. It's like we want to stay alive. People can't know who we are. They can't track us. They can't, So like it makes sense, and like they want to stick to those traditions, but it's also kind of sad because they're like, no, like he's the Mandalorian.
He's the Mandalorian. No, yeah, exactly. But also like, it's like, okay,
he needs to have something how much that goes wrong.
Exactly, but like, how much has he done for, the cause or whatever? Like it's not just that he took his helmet off or whatever they want to say about him. It's like he's wielding the Darksaber that he won, rightfully won in combat. So
and then kept.
Yeah, he did keep it. Yeah. They
challenged him and he won again. So it's his times two. But the title of Mandalorian is stripped. So we'll see. Maybe he doesn't care, but I feel like he does. I feel like that didn't. I don't think they're gonna have Mandalorian season 3 if he's not a Mandalorian.
No, yeah. So and then she said something about the only way for him to atone is like the pools under the mines of Mandalore. Yeah. And that's another thing. With the flashback, that's the first time we saw Mandalore in live action.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
I cried. I was literally like, oh my god, like
The Purge? My gosh.
It gave me War of the World vibes.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
the way it panned down and the colors and
just seeing the explosions on the planet's surface.
The droids. Like
the K2 those droids. The K series ones.
Yeah. That was intense.
That was intense. And seeing they had the probe droids following them too, which was awesome. That was really cool.
Like I loved it, but sad. I hated it because what it meant. But like to see it in live action, I'm glad they included that.
Yes, yeah. And that's what like Sabine had a hand in, right? Where we do know but don't really know exactly what happened.
Yeah. We just know that she was involved.
We know she invented that that weapon that like vaporized all the Mandalorians because they were wearing Beskar. Yeah. But that's it. Like that's the conflict. That is the incident where everything happens and Mandalore falls apart. So that's crazy to see. I want to see more of that. I want to learn more about what happened.
Well, apparently Bo may be getting her own show.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
That could be a flashback. In that show, maybe.
It could be.
Or they just talk about it.
They did. They also did talk about Bo-Katan in this episode, saying how she's like a cautionary tale, because she got the Darksaber as a gift. Yeah. From Sabine. She didn't win it in combat. She didn't. And then she talks about how her rule ended in tragedy.
Like it's cursed.
Like you have to, that's what happens when you don't earn it. And that's why Bo-Katan was so adamant about her getting it back the right way in Mando Season 2. Yeah. Because, it didn't end well the first time. So, no, it's, oh my God, there's so much interesting, so many interesting points that they're making.
Yeah. $1 million question. I don't want to jump off, but since we're around that area, what do you think they forged for Grogu?
Oh yeah. That is no, that's good. So I think I have no idea. First of all, I have no idea. I thought it would be like a helmet, but that little
was way too.
It was way too small. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it's armor plates.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's either a chest plate or like a chainmail that he could wear over. Because I don't know if you noticed, but they were like little...
They were like links.
Links.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so it looked like, something like that. But it was very small.
Oh,
like I know
small.
he is small,
yeah.
But the package was
it looked like
super
something
tiny.
like a gauntlet or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the
shoulder pauldron.
Like like the shoulder pad, or where Mando has like his
signet.
His signet.
Yeah. But like, how practical would that be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but...
Or he's slowly going to build him a whole suit?
Maybe, but I'm trying to think, like
what's
what
the most
would be the first
use?
thing...
Lightsaber hilt. Lightsaber hilt. Right? Oh my god.
I want it to be that...
I don't know.
I want it to be
also,
that, but...
it was very small.
Well, he is very small, so it could just be like a little
teeny tiny lightsaber.
But Jedi build their own lightsabers, so I don't know if he would have built him that. I mean, he also doesn't care.
Or what if it's like a piece of it?
Maybe
maybe the top or bottom of
like
it.
Like the emitter.
Yeah.
And it's like made out of Beskar or something cool.
Like honestly, it can be anything.
It could be anything. Yeah.
They didn't really show much.
Like I thought it'd be like oh, it's obvious it's a helmet.
And it was a big
something.
piece. Like he used the.
I don't think he used the whole thing though.
Oh no.
No, I think he just used the tip, of the spear.
Oh.
Because she was just like melting the tip of the spear.
So what about the rest of it?
She kept it.
She's like, that's mine. That's my commission fee.
Yeah, exactly.
I found it very emotional, that part where Mando's comparing, I guess, creeds, right? Jedi and Mandalorians. So Mandalorians is like, we're all family, loyalty, and connections are really important. Yeah. And then...
Yeah.
Jedi aren't supposed to form any attachments.
Exactly. No, yeah, that was really cool. I mean, and then there you go. Like it just kind of like sheds some light on the differences between the Mandalorians and the Jedi, and probably why they had such a hard time getting along in the past. Yeah. So that'll be cool to see. And that's something I really want to talk about, and that we have not talked about on the podcast, is the possibility of us seeing a Knights of the Old Republic era show where we see the Mandalorian Wars. Right?
I think that is very possible, because we are slowly seeing more and more of it in these new Star Wars projects. It kind of feels like it's leading up to this
big like end game type of thing, but it happened thousands of years ago. Yeah, because
that would be really cool.
And this was a big topic when season 2 came out. Season 2 of The Mandalorian came out, because that is when well, no. Season 1 we were talking about it because the armor talks about Mandalore the Great, and the history of the Mandalorians and the Jedi, and how they used to go to war. They did go to war in the past. So we've been talking about this since season 1. And then season 2, I can't remember what happened in season 2, but that was we were also like, oh my gosh.
Well, the Darksaber.
Oh yeah, the Darksaber and Tor Vizsla.
All that history.
Exactly. But during that time, I remember that's when like the Revan lightsaber, the Force Effects lightsaber came out, and they were releasing a lot of Revan stuff. They released like the Revan figures.
I think they were like testing the waters.
Yeah.
They're like,
and now,
let's see what they think about this.
Exactly. And now we're getting the Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Yeah.
So it's like they keep bringing back Knights of the Old Republic, which right now is technically Legends.
Yeah.
Even though Revan is canon, he was brought into canon in Rise of Skywalker. Not in the film, but in like the book, like the encyclopedia for Rise.
Yeah.
One of the Sith Trooper battalions is called like Revan Battalion or something like that. That's all, that's all I needed. He's in canon.
He's canon. But he's definitely the most popular Legends character. So
by far,
if they're gonna bring anyone in from Legends,
it's gotta be Revan.
It's probably gonna be the one that's the most popular amongst the fans, which makes sense.
Exactly.
I ain't complaining.
No, yeah, me neither. So I think it's highly possible. I know we're talking about like 10 different things right now, but
that's kind of what they're doing with these new shows is like we got a Mando episode in the Book of Boba Fett show.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's not just like here, like a 5-minute cameo from Mando. We got a whole like almost 50-minute episode.
No, it was 50.
Of just Mando, and at the very end, Fennec like, hey, I'm here, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, so like, they are the ones that are bringing all this different stuff in.
They're bringing it up, not me. No, yeah, exactly. I think we're definitely going to see something like that. We've already gotten word from Lucasfilm that there's going to be a Old Republic era project. We still don't know exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But my vote is Knights of the Old Republic era and seeing the Mandalorian Wars on screen. I want to see that because
it makes sense.
Because it makes sense. There's no actors that are already these characters or anything like that. So it's like no one's going to be
comparing it to something.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, there's infinite possibilities. Like there's already a story we know and love.
Yeah.
You know, I as long as it is close enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be exactly what we got in Legends, but I think there's a great foundation for them to work off of, and I think they could make it really cool.
And honestly, I mean, I guess the game that's coming out, the Knights of the Old Republic remake, is also a big factor in this, you know, in this whole discussion, because I don't think they've said if it's going to be canon or not.
Oh.
You know, I don't think, I could be wrong. They may have said like, you know, this is Legends, but this is their, you know, this is a big project.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not just... This is a big project. They're not just gonna... Like, they're not just remastering it. They're not just...
No, yeah, they're retelling the story, right?
Well, they said there's gonna be some differences to the story. And then the game... The gameplay is gonna be a lot like God of War and Force Unleashed.
Okay.
Which is freaking amazing. I'm going to play the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be honest, the original game had amazing gameplay, but it is a little clunky, especially, you know, today.
Yeah.
You know,
to
now,
revisit it right now,
modern
it's
times,
kind of a lot.
It's like that whole D20 system is like a little bit too much, and maybe for, you know, newer fans, younger fans, it's also like, they're gonna be like, I don't like this. So it's gonna be exciting to be able to play the game like that, very fluid, very, you know, very simple.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's gonna depend on whether or not this game is canon or not.
Yeah, definitely.
And even if it isn't, I don't think it's gonna take away anything from the show or whatever we're gonna get. I just hope it is Mandalorian Wars era, you know?
Yeah.
Now, all I need is for Starkiller to be canon, so I can die in peace.
Honestly, I think they can still do it. I think they can still do something with Starkiller. Maybe, you know,
imagine a series.
Yeah.
You'll probably just hear Vader's voice, probably not see him occasionally. It is just the missions he's on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because he was Vader's secret apprentice. You know, again, it doesn't have to be the exact same story, but there's still potential, and there's still that window of opportunity where they can be like, well, you hadn't heard about him because he was his secret apprentice.
And everyone's obsessed with Ahsoka, his Jedi apprentice, so to see him with a Sith apprentice?
Come on.
The parallels
and look,
that there could be.
Look. Oh my gosh. What's his name? Why every time I'm like
who?
Starkiller. Voice of Maul.
Oh, Sam
Witwer. Sam Witwer. Oh my gosh. I'm like blanking. Yeah, Sam Witwer. He's still young. He still looks like Starkiller.
He'd do it for free.
No, yeah, he would. He would totally. Not that he should.
Not that he should. Get your money.
Get your money, Sam.
In the comments.
Yeah.
but we would love to see you return.
But yes, we love you as Maul. We've loved you as Starkiller since the day that game came out.
Yeah.
If you you know, if you by chance hear this, please push them, ask. Beg, whatever you gotta do.
Whatever you gotta
do. We want to see you back as Starkiller in live action.
Yeah.
That would be a dream come true, honestly. All right, so back to episode 5 of Book of Boba.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the coolest part, which was his new ship.
Yes.
My god.
I literally screamed when I saw what they were going to do.
I saw it draped, and I was like, no
is that
way.
what I think it is?
No freaking way.
Yeah.
And it was. It's the N1 starfighter from Naboo.
Oh my god.
My gosh.
I loved that whole, like, it was a long scene.
It was like half of the episode.
Yeah, it was like a really long scene. But I loved it. Like, so my dad is like a huge car fanatic. Like, my whole life I've always been around cars from like the 50s and 60s and that whole, just like car
classic
culture.
Cars, yeah,
classic cars, like cars in general. And that whole montage was so cool, like seeing them with like all the lingo, but it was like Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Like it was like cars, but Star Wars. And oh my god, it was just honestly like just the cinematics of it. Like it was beautiful watching them take this classic, like essentially a classic car.
Yeah, that's like,
take a classic starfighter,
30 years old now.
Strip it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, I want to have all like the most expensive parts, and like I want it to be fully authentic. And she was like, shut up. You don't have the money for that. Like, we don't have the time for that. Like, I'm going to get what we get and it's going to work. And like that's how it is. Like when you start off, when you start off on a new project, you want to do that, of course, right?
Yeah, everything.
But everything goes wrong and you can't get the parts that you need. And like, it just, it felt so authentic to what it's really like to like restore a car. Yeah. And like, I loved that.
No, yeah, that was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like every part of that scene, I guess, I don't know if it's specifically a scene, like, because it was like the entire
it was like probably
second half,
15-20 minutes,
was amazing. There were like little callbacks in every little corner you saw. There was like a callback, like I forgot what they called it.
Giant metal pole.
The giant metal pole that they put in the back of the ship. Mm-hmm. And he was like, how did you guys even find that?
Yeah.
Turns out it was that same pole that Han and Leia use in the trash compactor to try to keep it from closing on them.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. Like, see, but it's stuff like that. It's like these little things, like with the Camtono, like in Mando season 2, or 1 and 2.
The ice cream machine.
Like the ice cream machine, like we had no idea what that was, and then we found out.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Like it's not necessarily a question we were asking, like what is that?
Yeah.
But like,
it's cool.
That's awesome.
It's cool that they gave something so small a backstory.
Exactly, and that's what makes Star Wars so awesome, is that everything has a backstory. Everything has a history.
Yeah.
And even little things like that, and then seeing the BD unit was so amazing. He was the little flashlight. Yes.
That's me holding the flashlight for my dad.
I was about to say. And they had that little interaction. God. He's like, why are you moving? Like,
yeah, I didn't tell you to move.
Yeah. Sitting under the car. That was awesome.
So cool.
I loved seeing the BD unit. That's definitely one of our favorite droids. I mean, we made one, like our own custom one for like our the Punch It secret shop.
Yeah.
Little mascot.
BD-23. I think it's like the same colors too.
Yeah, same colors, which is kind of sus. Lucasfilm, not gonna lie.
Somebody copied us.
I'm joking.
Just kidding.
Totally
kidding.
Not to backtrack a little bit, but it would be hilarious. I'm putting it out there on the internet so somebody does it. To edit that scene again when she's uncovering the ship, but make it a shiny Vespa.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got you a replacement for the Razor Crest.
Oh my god. Do it. Meep. Do it now.
Do it.
Do it.
No, yeah. That was awesome. So BD, the little pole thing, that was awesome. And then, like, we haven't even talked about the coolest part of that whole thing is once he finally gets it to fly, he flies it through the Boonta Eve Classic.
My God. I was literally like, oh my God, they're doing this.
They're doing it. Like, no, it's okay.
Like, I literally, like, it's working! Like,
it was awesome.
It was like a hug. It was literally like the prequels just came and gave me a big warm hug.
It was.
I loved it. Thank you.
It was Wizard.
Thank you. Yeah, it was Wizard. Thank you, Star Wars, for showing, and like especially the Phantom Menace some love, because the prequels occasionally get love, but not the Phantom Menace. They don't want to go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
So thank you for showing it
some love and showing the people that do appreciate it some love.
Yeah.
Because that was definitely felt warm.
Yeah.
It was a warm callback. And they did it very tastefully.
It wasn't cheesy.
No,
it wasn't
I mean,
like forced. It was like,
not at all.
This is a great ship. I found it. You need a ship. Let's make it happen. Yeah.
Exactly. It was really, really, and then even the scene where he's flying around the commercial ship.
Oh yeah.
Like that was come on, that was
cool.
Literally Anakin flying around the Lucrehulk.
Yeah.
Federation ship. Mm-hmm. Like that was awesome. That was insanely cool. Like
really cool.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
Right. And
exactly.
and that was like the perfect way to do it. I loved it. Every second of it was amazing. And then the X-wings. I mean, it was so all funny. Awesome. He just shot out of there.
He was like,
did he jump to light speed?
No.
No,
that's
he was
what
like,
he said.
I didn't even see him turn on his hyperdrive. He's like, he didn't.
He didn't. He's just that fast.
He's just that fast.
That was awesome.
The exposed engine.
Oh my god! I literally just made a TikTok about that. As soon I thought about it, I was like, okay, I love Mando, but I've never like simped for Mando. Like I like him, but like he's not my favorite character.
Again, that's your fiance talking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. This is his fault. He can't ever get mad at me for simping over a fictional character.
Bro,
okay?
she simps over my favorite character, and then now I have to question how much I really like Anakin.
That's your problem, not mine. Anywhoomst.
I live with it.
Okay, when I saw that montage of him working on that ship, something inside me changed, and I am officially a Mando simp. I'm sorry, it happened.
I can agree.
It was just, I don't know, just something about it. It was just
it was.
And then seeing him fly it, like, because we haven't seen him in a small ship.
I love when
she goes, big ship.
When she goes, you're flying it like a gunship.
Yeah.
Fly it like a starfighter.
That
and he
was
goes,
cool.
Shing!
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was so
okay.
Cool.
Also, can we talk about how they hollowed out the droid port and made like a little? It's like a sidecar.
Yeah.
And the baby can probably see it. It's perfect.
Yes, it is. I really wanted him. I was expecting her to be like, okay, you need a droid.
Yeah.
To help you fly the ship,
but he doesn't
have the
like
BD
droids.
unit. Well, I mean, he's coming around after season 1 because of IG.
Yeah, kind of.
Somewhat. I mean, he's.
But to have a droid with him all the time.
No. Yeah.
No.
Could you guys see him with like a chopper companion, like some psycho?
But see, that's what
chaotic.
Because look, Grogu is not going to come back into his possession.
Yeah.
Not possession. You know what I mean. Like he's not gonna. He's not.
Be with him all
they're
the
going to be
time,
reunited. Like I'm sure he's going to see him again, but he's not going to be traveling.
With him often.
The galaxy with him often.
Maybe he can just put the heads in there.
Yeah, the heads. The heads of his bounties.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not trying to kill every bounty.
That's true. He wants to bring him in alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can just shove him in there alive. They'll just be like,
exactly.
Like knees to the chest.
That is the only question I think I have is like, okay, how is he going to transport his bounties? Maybe he's just like magnetizes their frozen in carbonite, their bodies frozen in carbonite to the bottom of the ship.
That is a good question. Like,
I
guess we'll see.
I mean, I'm sure there's an answer, or there's going to be an answer, but we're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, either way, the coolest ship we've seen in a long time, even though it's an old ship.
Yeah.
But
no, that was really cool. I loved that.
Yeah. That was really cool.
As soon as I was seeing him being introduced, right? It was like, no, he's not getting introduced to a ship. The viewers are getting introduced to the new Lego set because now we need it.
Yeah.
I thought of that immediately. I was like, we bought that freaking Razor Crest. I am returning it.
It comes assembled.
You know what?
Buying this
one. I wasn't gonna talk trash, but as soon as we paid for that Razor Crest. That what was it?
The HasLab.
The HasLab Razor Crest. I'm still super excited for it. Yeah. I can't wait to get it.
It's awesome. We love it.
My God, literally the
next episode.
The pre-order went up or whatever. We backed the Razor Crest, then the very next week they blew it up
to smithereens. Like you couldn't even salvage any parts.
Not even like. Nothing.
Yeah.
So that does kind of sting a little bit, and like it's gonna get here in its giant box, and we're gonna be like,
here we just need both.
We do need both.
That's the solution.
We need a hangar of Mando's different ships.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
But no, I can't wait to see the merch.
I see what you're doing, Lucasfilm. You're like, why have one ship for him when we can have two?
Exactly. ¿Por qué no los dos?
Exactly.
So okay, I mean, we've been talking about this episode for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh, I can't say enough about it. There's a lot more we can talk about for this episode, about this episode, but there was a lot more. There was a lot of Star Wars news this week.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars. We just talked about a new Lego set for this ship, which now I am hoping is in the game.
Yeah. Well, isn't there supposed to be like a Mando expansion? Well,
I think there's going to be a Book of Boba Fett expansion. I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But there should be. That's what that is what I'm saying. Is there should be.
Yeah.
And that ship should be a part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lego Star Wars, we finally got an official release date.
Oh my God, finally.
What was it? April 5th?
Mm-hmm.
April 5th, which I am so excited for.
What's funny, though, is that it was leaked the day before.
Yeah.
It was all speculation. Someone saw something somewhere that like it was supposed to come out, but they weren't sure if it was May the 4th.
Well, here, actually bring it up, because that's actually really a really funny, like, thing. Okay, so literally the night before the announcement came out, I was on Reddit and like on the Lego subreddit, and someone had apparently gone into like the coding for the Microsoft store,
and they crazy.
Saw Silva, I sent in some screenshots on the Discord. Oh, okay. It should be like some Lego Star Wars screenshots from Reddit. So pretty much I saw this the night before the announcement, and that somebody had gone into like the coding for Lego Star Wars, and they were like, oh my gosh, we just somebody found out that that's it. So they were like that somebody found out a date for Lego Star Wars, like the complete saga.
Yeah.
And it said 4/5/2022. Right? And that was the night before the announcement. And there had been no announcement yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, we haven't announced.
Wait, what?
And I checked to see if there was an announcement. No. It got leaked. And the only thing that people were not sure of, and which here's the comment. So the first comment was figured they would delay it a month to get it on May the 4th, not complaining that we get it earlier though. And then someone responded to them and they said, I'm curious if the leaker may have read the date format wrong. I mean, if the release date read as either 4/5/22 or 5/4/22, then that could mean April 5th or May 4th, depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? They're probably right. Maybe it is.
May the 4th makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because it's Star Wars Day.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it could also be April, yeah.
Well, I mean, now we have confirmation
now we know for
it
sure.
is April 5th.
Yeah.
But the night before I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, we got to talk about this. And I was low-key hoping we wouldn't get any official news about this, so we could like talk about the spoiler.
Yeah. They move
fast.
But
the morning,
to get ahead of it.
The next morning, we got that 6-minute video and the whole, like all of the information.
I cried watching that trailer. I'm so excited for this game.
It's going to be so much fun. And there you go. There's the screenshot. So this was leaked, cool. I think, along with that post. I don't really remember, But it's the same announcement of the 7 character packs that they announced that are going to be coming out with the game. So these are if you guys have not heard the full details of the pre-order or the the game stats, the game is going to come out with 7 DLC character packs, and 2 of them are going to be Mando. One of them is going to be Rogue One. One of them is going to be Bad Batch. And I don't really remember the other ones, but I know they're going to... another one is going to be a classic character pack, which is going to include minifigures from the original, like the classic Lego Star Wars sets. And I'm guessing the classic, the complete saga.
So like Luke with the horrible hair?
Yeah. Like, so the only one that they've shown so far, I think, is Lando.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see which ones we get in that classic character pack, because that's going to be fun. And then I'm hoping we get a Book of Boba one.
I think we will.
But pretty much, it looks absolutely amazing. We're getting features, like we're getting versatility in Star Wars video games with a Lego game.
Yeah.
That we have not gotten in like a non-Lego game.
Yeah.
Which I cannot believe.
Yeah. No, Lego knows what they're doing.
They do.
Yeah, and I'm glad, I know it was delayed so much, but I'm glad they took their time and did it right, because I think it's really going to be worth it to play it how they wanted it to be played.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather them take their time, do it right, with anything. That goes with any Star Wars movie, show, game, anything.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited for it. They showed it's going to be pretty much like open world. There's 23 or 24 different planets that you can explore.
So cool.
And then you can start the game with any of the 3 trilogies. So you can start with episode 1, episode 4, or episode 7. You don't have to play
it in order.
No, yeah. And it's crazy because it looks like, so from what we saw in the video, is you're going to be able to like pull up the galaxy map and select which planet you want to go to. That's so cool. And then you personally fly there. And not just that, when you get to the planet, there could be like an Imperial blockade that you have to fight through to get to the planet.
Yeah, like you go through the atmosphere.
Exactly. And then you go through the atmosphere and land.
That's so cool. I
cannot believe that it's taking a Lego game to give us features like this.
Yeah.
Like this should have been, something we had a while ago. And I am grateful of the stuff that we've gotten,
of course,
so far. But my gosh, seeing all of the features that I'm saying all, but it's not all. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more stuff
we haven't seen yet.
That we haven't seen yet in this game. But my gosh, I cannot wait. It looks like it's open world. It's going to be more of like an RPG. There's going to be like side quests, side missions, like all this awesome stuff. Over 300 minifigures to collect. Yeah, and that's just so with the starting game. That's not even including the character packs.
The additional stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, I have been super hyped all week. Because I think the news came out like just maybe a day or a couple days after we recorded the last podcast. So I've had to contain my excitement.
Try not to talk about it too much so we can talk about it here.
Exactly. So, I mean, we all of us here grew up with Lego Star Wars, and I mean, this is just really big news, at least for us.
Yeah.
Really, really exciting. I had to jump on the complete saga right after the trailer came out because I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I had to play that for a little bit, but and then I don't know if did I miss anything about this? Oh, Mumble Mode.
The most important
detail. Yeah. So I have nothing against the game having the actual dialogue.
Yeah.
I think it's cool either way. But one of the earliest things that people were asking for was a way to like toggle the mumbles or the you could, or the actual the dialogue.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that they did. I'm glad that they added that, because it's the best form of fan service, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Like it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Honestly, like I'm gonna play the entire game with Mumble Mode.
Yeah.
Not that I already know every single one of these movies. Like I know what they say. I don't need to.
Yeah.
So and then what makes Lego games so fun and so unique is that humor that they have with
Definitely.
not even having to say actual words.
Yeah.
It's just silly and fun.
Exactly. So that's going to be really fun to play in Mumble Mode. I'm probably going to do like one run in each Mumble Mode and then like regular.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to get True Jedi.
Yeah.
100% completion on.
Dude, that's going to feel so satisfying.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take a lot longer than the first one, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't even know all the things that all the other things they're adding to this game.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen already, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, that's gonna be exciting. And then other news, EA and Respawn announced that they're doing 3 more Star Wars games.
I thought EA was out of the picture.
I guess not. Well, their contract had expired, I think.
So
I think it expired. I think they renewed it.
Okay.
But do you know much? What did you hear? So
they just confirmed the sequel for Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
The other 2 projects.
Well, they didn't say sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi game or something.
Well, the Fallen Order game, it's Jedi : Fallen Order. So it's like Jedi is like the title, and then like you know.
Okay.
So
it could be Fallen Order 2.
I mean, it should be Fallen Order 2, but it could be, someone else if they really wanted to. But
okay.
I mean,
that's still exciting.
Like that's still exciting. But I feel like a lot of people would be pretty disappointed if we didn't figure out what happened next in Cal's journey to becoming a full Jedi Knight. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I am very excited to find out what the new first-person shooter game that they announced is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Because they said they just announced maybe like a few months before this announcement that they were not going to be doing another Battlefront, that they were not going to do Battlefront 3. So that, I mean, maybe they've gone back on, on what they were saying.
They also said we weren't getting a Boba Fett show.
They also said we weren't getting a Boba Fett show. So, I mean, it could be anything. But, I mean, I know we would all love a Battlefront 3.
Yeah.
If it's an FPS, what type then? I would like it to be like, I don't care if it's just single player, but bounty hunter, right? But like FPS.
Yeah. I want to see. I mean, honestly, like with Battlefront, I liked the Battlefront 2015 a lot better than Battlefront 2. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm gonna
that's
say
how a lot of people feel though.
Yeah. I mean, I here's the thing. They released Battlefront in 2015 and then Battlefront 2 in 2017.
I think so.
Yeah. We didn't.
Fast.
Yeah, so fast.
Because
we didn't
of the
even
movie.
get. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay. I at the time I understood a lot of the complaints and a lot of the things people were saying was like, oh, there's no story mode. It's only the original trilogy. There's not a lot of content. But it was 2015, and GTA had already been out for a couple years, and what GTA has been doing and is still doing is it's the same game. They just keep updating it. They just keep adding to it and adding stuff to the servers, adding new game modes, adding a bunch of stuff.
Is that free?
Yeah, right. A lot of it. Yeah, it's pretty free. Yeah. It's free.
Well, that's why
somebody
else isn't doing it.
Okay. Yes, but what I'm saying is like they made an entire new Battlefront.
Yeah, they spent all that
only
time,
2 years,
money, and resources
exactly
to make a new game when they didn't need to.
Yeah, and we didn't even get to fully enjoy that first one.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, the gameplay was a lot better. Yeah. I loved it a lot more because it was very reminiscent of the original Battlefront games, where you could play. Like the play style and like the feel of the game, it felt a lot like the original Battlefronts from 2005 and so on.
Yeah.
It just felt like that, just upgraded.
Yeah, like better
graphics, better mechanics and stuff like that. So to me, I am still in love with that game. I was just playing it the other day.
Yeah.
Because it had the Outer Rim DLC. It had the Death Star DLC with the trench run. That game mode. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
That alone was worth getting that game, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they should have just, updated it. Even if the DLCs you had to pay for, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Just update the game, add new game modes, add new heroes. Like everything you did with Battlefront 2, you could have just added to the 2015 Battlefront.
Yeah.
Make it like a hub, kind of like how Call of Duty has it right now with Warzone. It's like all the new games are going on there.
I feel like, and I'm not like a gamer. I'm just like,
you watch.
I watch you play, and like you'll talk to me about stuff. So this is like from a kind of outside perspective.
Yeah.
But what I've seen is like in the past 5 years, I think the gaming world has completely changed. Yeah. Like the way that they release stuff, the way that they add content, the way that they make you like pay to play. Like all that stuff is like changing, and I feel like as a whole, I feel like the gaming world kind of doesn't really know what direction they want to go in, and they're kind of like, well, let's try this and see if that works, and let's try this and see if that works. And it's like, I mean, I guess, but
we're kind of in like a limbo right now.
Yeah, it's like this transition into like a different era. Because it used to be you buy a game, you play it, and that's it.
Well, yeah, it's also like there's a lot of, you're right. There's a lot of differences, and like a lot of stuff is changing in the industry. Yeah. Which, not that we're big gamers at all or know much about it, but it's like as a fan, as a player,
you play all the Star Wars games.
I do play all the Star Wars games.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. A lot is changing, and I feel like I said, we're in like a limbo right now in the gaming world where it's like, okay, do we release it together, or do we add on, or is it a new game, or is it
is it free,
but
is it
the
paid?
But the ones that get it, like Battlefield, which it's the same company, that's what I don't understand, is they made the new Battlefield, they made it incredible. It's incredible. It's like done. 6 different games in one. There's like all these different game modes you can play. It's beyond anything I could have ever imagined for a game like Battlefield.
Yeah.
If they would have done that with Battlefront,
can you just put Stormtrooper armor on that and like I'll just play that?
Just paint it Star Wars. Yeah. Just make that same game painted Star Wars. Like, look at the maps in Battlefield. Silva, am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
All right, and I do want to say that I know that Battlefront 2043, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlefront 2040 or Battlefield 2043. It's the same name. It's the same name. I know that there's been difficulties in the release and the accessibility on different platforms and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that's a whole different story. I'm talking about the game itself, the content of the game, and the size of the game itself. Because personally, it just feels like Battlefield 2043 compared to Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
And Star Wars should be at the forefront of gaming.
Yeah, it honestly should be. It's galaxy. It's a completely different galaxy that you can do all sorts of things in. There's a galaxy's worth of knowledge of weapons, of ships, of conflict, of stories that
I'm still waiting for Star Wars GTA. Just give me that. Dude, give me that.
Well,
that'd be so fun.
Ubisoft is working on an open world game, which a lot of people said is going to be more like a type of Assassin's Creed type of game.
Ooh.
So, or Uncharted type of game.
That's
which
cool.
I do. I mean, yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'll take anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, I want to see a GTA Outer Rim.
Dude,
that would be awesome.
So cool.
Imagine doing jobs for the Hutts, or the Black Sun, or the Pikes.
Or you do so much messed up, I don't know, side quests that you got actual bounty hunters. You have to evade bounty hunters because you're wanted.
Exactly. Like instead of cops coming after you, it's bounty hunters.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Hey, Rockstar.
Right?
You have my permission to take my idea.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. I'm talking about a lot here, but long story short, I just feel like they rushed with Battlefront 2 because there was so much pressure, and I do. They
wanted to get it out before the holidays, before the new movie came out.
Not just that, but like a lot of people were giving them crap with the first one because they were like, oh, there's no story mode, there's not, all this stuff, which I do want to make it very clear. I loved both games.
Yeah.
I got every Silva, didn't we complete all of the trophies with the first Battlefront?
Yeah.
Like 100%.
We no-lifed it.
We no-lifed it. All the figures.
I think I saw the Battlefront 2015 more than my family, okay?
Oh my god.
No, we played the hell out of that game. I loved both games, and the teams behind both games did an amazing job. I think that what I was missing from Battlefront 2 was with the first one, they put in a lot of love into it. Yeah. They, I don't know if you guys remember, but they, went to the actual locations where Star Wars was filmed, and they did, scans of the environment.
That's cool.
And they, it's literally Endor.
Yeah.
It's literally Endor. It's literally Hoth. It's these locations that yes, they got it, it's all computer animated, but they went and actually scanned and made sure that everything was authentic.
That's really cool.
And that game looked
and it shows
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It showed everything it was like a work of art as a video game. It was like a love letter to Star Wars in a video game, and I feel like we didn't get enough time to enjoy that game. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like they just needed to add to it. Because now it's like, okay, if they want to do something more with Battlefront, it's going to have to be Battlefront 3 or something, like a different game, where if they had just stuck with the first one, it's just Star Wars Battlefront. And there's, they just kept updating it, like Grand Theft Auto.
Just please, no battle royale for Star Wars just to milk it, please.
Is that where all arrows
it's like
can
Fortnite.
Play each other? Oh, okay.
No. But I'm going on a rant here, but all I'm saying is I just wish they would have stuck with it. I know getting the entire internet on your on your case about not having enough content or whatever, you're probably gonna make some quick decisions making
how do we fix this
game. But I mean, I want to close off with saying I loved the games. I just wish we could have enjoyed them a little more, because now they're not even updating. There's no more service for Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any new stuff, any new updates, none of that. So it's it was fun, but now we don't really get to enjoy it as any other, because look at the runs that games like Call of Duty or games like Battlefield have, where they they're updating those games for years.
Yeah.
They keep adding stuff.
The last GTA came out in
2014.
Yeah.
2014, and they're still at look at this new update.
3 consoles now.
Yeah, 3 consoles.
That's
PS3,
impressive.
PS4, PS5 now.
Yeah.
I mean, and Xbox equivalent.
Yeah.
But that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
it can be
unheard of.
done.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I don't know. I do want to see Battlefront come back, but if they do it, I feel like that is the way to do it.
Because is the way.
Battlefront, exactly. But because Battlefront, it's that's going to be the only game we get like that for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty type.
Yeah, they're not going to make another
shooter
game that's like that, but it's not Battlefront.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
It's very like open-ended with the news. So.
Exactly. So all we know right now is they're working on a new first-person shooter, which I am excited for. I cannot wait to see what it is. I know it's going to be awesome. And then they're working on a strategy game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the third one that they announced. It's going to be a strategy game, which I love strategy games, and I mean, I played the hell out of Empire at War, which I mean, I think you saw me play it. It's like
on the PC.
Yeah, on the PC, it's like you control like either the Empire or the Rebellion, and you pretty much start off with like a space station.
Yeah.
And then you can, as you upgrade your space station, you can unlock different vehicles. So like you start off with TIE fighters and maybe like a very like one of the smaller Star Destroyers, you know. And then as you're upgrading the space station, you can get Imperial class Star Destroyers, you can get TIE Defenders or bombers, like different stuff. And then
That's
you
cool.
select the squadrons and send them, okay, go attack this little asteroid and take over this base.
Okay.
And then by the way you win the game, so you have to destroy the opposing side's space station. I love strategy games, especially with Star Wars, where you can command your own fleet.
It's like you're in Star Wars. You know? Yeah.
Like, I'm Thrawn.
I am the captain now.
I am the captain. So I'm excited.
That sounds cool.
And usually strategy games aren't even on console. Those are more like PC games.
Well, Xbox had Halo Wars.
Oh yeah, that's right.
1 and 2.
But that's like one of the only ones on console, you know. So it's like, I'm excited to see. I hope it's for console and not just PC. Yeah. So we'll see. But I mean, if we're really going to talk about that, PC is a little better for
that kind of game.
For that kind of game, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do, a lot of features. But I'm excited. I cannot wait to see what they do, what they announce. I'm sure we'll get an announcement probably at Celebration, which will be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff surrounding like the Star Wars gaming world. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, like, I know. So I know you sent some stuff in that you wanted to watch.
So I've already said this a million times. I'm obsessed with the prequels. My favorite character is Anakin, and I obviously love Obi-Wan as well. They're kind of like, they kind of go together.
Yeah.
So obviously there's been so much hype around the Kenobi series. Like what it's going to be, what's going to happen, what other characters are going to be involved. And very early on when the show was announced, we heard that apparently there is going to be a rematch between Vader and Kenobi.
That's right. So
at first a lot of people were like, no, absolutely not. That doesn't make any sense. They don't see each other until the Death Star and A New Hope. But when you really break down a lot of the language and a lot of the scenes, you can see how they could manipulate it. Not manipulate it, but like you can see how it could make sense.
They never said, I haven't seen you since Mustafar.
Yeah, exactly.
They never said that,
Exactly. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff like that, a lot of like discussions on TikTok and stuff. So I found this video. I follow this guy. He's really cool. He does a lot of like Star Wars stuff. But I thought this was really interesting, so I wanted to play it like all the way through, and then I wanted to talk about it because I think it's really interesting.
All right, let's play it.
Wait. Do you remember this scene?
Come with me. Obi-Wan once thought as you do.
So if you look at the interactions between Obi-Wan and Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, after Anakin turned to the dark side, not once did Obi-Wan say to Anakin, just come with me, or try to convince him to turn back to the light. It was just a lecture. You've allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing that you swore to destroy. He defended himself by saying that he swears allegiance to the Republic and to democracy, and that only a Sith deals in absolutes, and he will do what he must. He even goes on further in the fight to say that he failed him, and it's kind of like an apology, but not once is he still saying to Anakin, just stop what you're doing, just come with me. So we go back to that scene in Return of the Jedi when he says Obi-Wan once thought as you do. Does that mean that in the Kenobi show we're going to see a moment where Obi-Wan asks Vader to come with him, to turn away from the dark? I think if we see that in the Kenobi show, it would make that scene in Return of the Jedi make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Right? I cried when I watched that for the first time. I was like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, he's totally right. And yeah, that's definitely, I think that the people behind the show, as you know, since it's the same people behind Mando, behind Book of Boba, they pay attention to stuff like that.
And it's this, of any project they do, has to be right. You cannot mess up this. You can't mess up Anakin's story in Star Wars. It's his story.
One of the supporting actors from Kenobi made a statement today. I just kind of saw it really quick because we were getting ready to record.
Yeah.
But he said that they are putting a lot of love into the show. Like, they are making it especially, like, meaningful.
Yeah.
Because they know how much this means to us. They know how much it means not just to us, but to the story of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because these are two of the biggest characters in the story.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest characters in cinema.
Yeah.
Coming together again on screen in a period of, in a period we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very important what happens during the show.
Yeah.
It's very important what happens to these characters during the show, because it is going to explain a lot of the things and why they go down the way they go down.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we've also talked about before, is Obi-Wan is the ideal Jedi. Yeah. Obi-Wan never breaks his vows as a Jedi. He, out of anyone, is the picture perfect, in my opinion, the picture perfect Jedi. Yeah. Because even Qui-Gon, yes, he was like Qui-Gon had the perfect understanding of balance.
Yeah.
But
how the Jedi should be.
Yeah. Yes, how not just necessarily the Jedi, but a Force user.
Yeah.
How a Force user should think and
live.
Yeah. Live their life.
Yeah.
But I think Obi-Wan, because he not only understood what the Council wanted, but he understood Anakin, because he also once loved somebody.
Yeah.
And he lost them.
Yep.
He understood what it meant to Anakin. Not just because Anakin had never had someone in his life or anything for that matter.
Yeah.
But he truly understood. He truly understood what it meant, and he understood not just because of his own wisdom and experiences, but because Qui-Gon, I'm sure instilled that way of thinking.
Yeah.
Of how can we be Jedi and not love? Yeah. It contradicts. There's flaws.
Yeah.
He understood that there were flaws, but he was on the Council because I'm sure he wanted to make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wanted, like, if Obi-Wan did not understand and see the flaws of the Jedi, then he would have never kept Anakin's secret.
Yeah.
With Padme. He would have never, because he knew. We know he knew.
As a Jedi, it was wrong.
But
as a human being,
exactly,
it was like, how can we care for someone and not love them?
No, yeah. Obi-Wan understood what it meant to be a Jedi, but also understood what it meant to be human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the responsibility that, as a Jedi, that he had to not just enforce these rules, but to understand why
the rules are there.
Yeah. But also why some of the rules were wrong and why they shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, I guess it's not really, he didn't really voice it, but you know, you can tell his actions. His actions portrayed that. So to me, my personal opinion is Obi-Wan was the best Jedi of them all. Because even Luke was flawed. Even in the EU and in canon, Luke was flawed. You know, Luke gets married in the EU. Luke does a lot of things that the Jedi didn't teach that you were supposed to do. So in the eyes of the Jedi Order or whatever, you know, he wasn't like the perfect Jedi. But Obi-Wan,
like, even after the Jedi were decimated, he still lived as though he were a Jedi.
Exactly. And everything that Obi-Wan ever did was intentional and, like, thought out. And that's why I think it is so weird that in the original trilogy, if Anakin was his brother, if he loved him so much, and if he, even after Anakin betrayed him and everything he believed in, he devoted his life to take care and watch over his son.
Yeah.
You know, you don't do that for someone you hate.
Exactly.
He loved him.
Yeah.
He loved him. It was his brother. Yeah. So to me, it's weird when in episode 6 or episode 5, I can't remember now, but he's pretty much telling him that he has to, like, that he's telling Luke that he has to kill Vader. Yeah. And he's like, well, if you don't kill him, or if you're not willing to kill him, then the Emperor has already won. Which wasn't true.
It's like a very negative mindset.
It was a very negative mindset, and it was
pessimistic.
Very pessimistic.
Yeah.
And kind of an absolute. No? So I don't know. That to me was always...
It felt a little off from what we saw in the prequels.
Exactly. It felt off. And I don't know. I just... that always felt off, but... Now, I went on a long tangent here. I think that this video you just showed us and what he's talking about, it is going to explain exactly that.
It's going to be the missing link.
It's the missing link of when Obi-Wan completely lost hope in Anakin. Anakin is dead. Anakin is gone, never coming back.
If Obi-Wan felt that way during Revenge of the Sith, during their battle... He would have killed him.
He would have.
There was no reason he should not have made sure that Anakin was dead.
Yeah.
But he, somewhere inside of him, even if it was 1% of him, couldn't do it because he was his brother and he was his apprentice and he felt responsible for what had happened. But he also, I think, he felt maybe someday he could come back.
Yeah. No,
because why didn't he kill him? He left him for dead. He should have died.
Yeah.
If Palpatine didn't come, he would have died.
He would have died, yeah.
But if you were so worried that person
he couldn't do it himself.
He couldn't.
He couldn't.
And that was because he was conflicted.
Yeah, it hurt. It was his brother.
Yeah.
He was his brother, and there was no way that Obi-Wan was going to do it.
Yeah.
But no, I think that the Kenobi show is going to be especially heavy on...
I'm going to cry probably every minute of that show. Yeah, because it's him in exile. Yeah, it's him sitting alone in his thoughts, thinking about everything that happened, everything he could have
done to prevent it.
He's replaying it over and over in his head. And I know for a fact that Vader is also doing that.
Yeah. But he's raging.
Yeah. He's like, look how he betrayed me and look how he did me wrong. And like, but they're both staying up at night thinking about it.
And what's crazy and sad is that they just needed to talk. You know, they just needed, like, and all Anakin had to do was say, hey, Obi-Wan, I'm involved with Padme.
Yeah, how different could things have been? Because that's what makes me so sad, because it's like, Anakin didn't tell him because he thought he wouldn't understand.
But he did.
But he did, because that happened with Satine.
Yeah.
And it could have been a moment when they could have talked about it, and they could have come closer, and it could have been something that instead of, Obi-Wan's always trying to keep me back, like hold me back, he's always putting me down, like You know, it could have been I'm not so different from him, and he's not so different from me.
Yeah. And
it could have been
Obi-Wan could have helped him.
This moment of understanding between the two, because so much of their relationship had been divided because of everything that happened.
Exactly.
And I feel like, and obviously, although Obi-Wan wouldn't have agreed with what Anakin did and how he lied and how he kept it a secret, he still loved Padme.
Yeah,
he still loved Anakin. He still loved his children. So he would have done whatever he could have to make sure that Padme was okay.
He would have helped.
He would have helped. He would have
given Anakin
take
the
my
right
ship,
advice.
Here's 10,000 credits. Go to this planet. And she can have her baby, and I'll meet up with you. And Obi-Wan wouldn't have turned him in. He wouldn't have called Mace and be like, "You were right the whole time. Anakin's an idiot." You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're totally right.
It just makes it even more sad because it's what could have been.
Exactly, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's not going to change.
Yeah, no. What happened happened. It's destiny. Yeah. Everything had to happen the way it did in order for everything to happen.
Exactly.
But I think the Kenobi show is going to be a really interesting. I think it's really going to bridge that gap between those little tiny things in the original trilogy that don't quite make sense.
And not necessarily not make sense, but it just doesn't add up.
Yeah, we don't really have an answer.
We don't really have a clear understanding of why certain things were said or certain things happened a certain way. I think that, to me, that is the biggest thing I want to see as to why Obi-Wan is so, obviously not that he needs more reasons to be, so, against Vader or Anakin, but I feel like there's more there that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And, if he loved him as much as he did, I don't think he would have been pushing his son to kill him so, in such a shady way, too. It's he's he didn't tell him he was his son, he was his dad. And,
he didn't lie.
He just left stuff out. It's just kind of okay, I'm not going to just kill my dad. Yeah. And then he's upset with him that he doesn't want to kill his dad. So it's not that Obi-Wan is a bad guy in any way. It's just there is some unresolved stuff that happened, some stuff that I know is important and that I know we're going to see in this show.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad we watched that because there is and there's so much more to talk about, but we're already running short on time.
Yeah.
But my gosh, this show is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see what happens. I just know that Vader is going to do some messed up shit. It's gonna have to drive
Rogue One hallway scene, but the whole show.
Oh my god, yeah. But because he's gonna have to do some pretty messed up stuff. I think we're gonna see a Jedi survivor. And I think we're gonna see a Jedi survivor, or maybe a good amount of them. And maybe Obi-Wan is trying to help them, and maybe Vader comes in and just slaughters them all, and then
he makes a trap.
Yeah, something like that.
Sets a trap. Yeah.
Do you think we might see Inquisitors?
I do, and if we do, I think that could be a perfect way to bring in Starkiller. As an Inquisitor.
Oh my god. That or an Acolyte,
that would
right?
be so
No, that's gonna be old stories, right?
What?
Acolyte is gonna be...
Oh, Acolyte is older or High Republic era. Yeah. But that's what I mean is there are so many opportunities here where they can,
make everything kind of come together.
Exactly,
and yeah.
Legends and canon shaking hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hugging ever so gently. So, I just want to see that. I would love to see Starkiller as an Inquisitor. I'm pretty sure there's some fan art or concept art of him as an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Which
it makes sense.
I saw it and I thought that could be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was, who the artist was, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, let us know in the comments. because that is a really, really cool piece of art that adds to this theory, adds to this possibility of having Starkiller back into canon and not necessarily as Vader's secret apprentice, which he would still be trained under Vader because he's an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It would still be awesome.
Yeah.
It would still be really, really cool to see Sam Witwer come back as Starkiller, and in this way, it would make sense. But he could still come back as his secret apprentice. Who knows? We don't know. But I'm excited. See. I'm excited for the future of Star Wars, especially with the Kenobi show. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, like with what we're seeing right now with Book of Boba, like we had no idea what was going to happen at all. And there's still so much that could happen that we have no idea.
Yeah. Still got 2-3 episodes left.
Two. I think it's 2. Yeah. I think it's 7. But that's what I mean is like, look at how much has happened in Book of Boba, and now imagine all the stuff that could happen in Kenobi.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right. So, yeah, there was a lot of Star Wars news this week.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be one of our longer episodes.
Yeah.
But as excited as we are for Kenobi and really quick, the last thing I was gonna say was I saw today that they had made an announcement. I think it was actually Ewan that said something about why we haven't gotten a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a source, but just because I didn't send it into the chat.
Yeah.
But it was just a quick thing. I'm sure if you guys search it up, or maybe we'll put a link down below. But he said something like that the reason that we don't have a trailer yet is because they're making sure that they fine-tune the entire show before they show us anything.
They want it like set in stone.
So it's not like right now it feels like it's probably going to be another year until the show comes out, but no, they have not delayed the release date at all.
Yeah.
We're still going to get it on schedule for whenever that is. But I'm thinking first quarter or first half of this year.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get it very soon. And if we remember, we got a trailer for Book of Boba like only a month, a little, like maybe days over a month before the premiere of the show. So
that's true.
So whenever we get that trailer, it's probably going to be like a month before the release date.
Probably.
So I know we're waiting patiently and we're getting restless, but it is coming.
I think it'll be worth it.
And it is going to be worth the wait, more than worth the wait.
Yeah.
So, and this came from Jesus himself. Ewan.
From Ewan, yeah.
Ewan, that's what I mean. So, yeah, I'm excited. So, enough of the news. There was a lot of news this week.
Yeah.
I think we had a few TikToks that we wanted that we sent in that we found that are really funny. So, if you were listening and not watching on YouTube, we'll do our best to describe what's going on. But if you do want to see the TikToks that we picked out for this week, head on over to YouTube and check them out.
Yeah.
But so these are yours?
Yeah, okay. So I sent a couple in. So this first one says POV, you're the Sarlacc pit. Okay. And you can play it.
All right.
There's the didgeridoo, where's my armor? Eat lead, San Coochie.
So for those of you just listening, it is the Lego Slave 1 with Boba inside.
It's like a fisheye lens.
Yeah, it's like a fisheye lens, so it's like super like blown out, and it's Boba looking into the Sarlacc, looking for his armor.
That was great.
Okay.
That was a great scene, by the way.
I loved it.
I know we talked about it last week, but my gosh, that was so cool.
Okay, this next one says, people who say Boba is too soft. You can honestly just listen to this one. It'll be funny. So you can play that one. Boba taking care of that swoop gang.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Okay.
That was amazing.
This last one is definitely the stupidest one, but I laughed so hard I cried.
Those are the best ones.
Okay, so enjoy this. This is Fennec and Boba getting attacked by the Sarlacc. And then dropping that seismic charge into the Sarlacc.
Fire in the hole!
That is the stupidest thing ever.
I know it's stupid, but it's funny.
That was hilarious.
Good old fart joke.
All right, so those are all the ones you sent?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one's actually on topic, and this was before we even knew that he was actually going to be in this episode. But go up. Go with Pedro. Yeah, so, oh my God. Okay, so this one, you can also just listen, and it'll be funny. So it's pretty much just, actually it is funnier if you're watching, because this whole, just look at him.
Yeah.
The turtleneck, the plastic bottled water with the straw.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Hilarious. All right. But yeah, if you just listen to this one, it's still funny. It's Pedro Pascal being recorded. All right, go ahead and play it.
Pedro, quick question. Is it hard being such a hunk?
So glad you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
So hard.
I watched it like 10 times.
Daddy Mando.
Daddy Mando. Oh my God, that was okay. So this was really funny because I saw this first one first, and then I went into the comments and he responded, and the second one was even funnier.
Okay.
But go ahead and so it says storm. It's really kind of like a visual, but I'll try and describe it as best as I can. Go ahead and play it.
Material girl, and I get it from my mammy bar main bust down. These hoes can't stand me.
So this guy, he's at Galaxy's Edge, and he goes, where the two stormtroopers are, standing on the platform with Kylo's ship or the transport.
Yeah.
And he does a little pose.
He stands to the side and puts his hand out.
Yeah.
Material girl.
Yeah, and he's just staring down the stormtrooper, and then the stormtrooper copies him and does it too. And then so somebody commented, and he responded to their comment with a TikTok. They said, "May the fierce be with you." And so so he captions it, "Aren't you a little bold for a civilian?" And then the response is, "Aren't you a little short for a Wookiee?" But go ahead and play it.
You a little bold for a civilian. Aren't you a little short for a Wookiee?
Dang.
Boom.
You roasted him. Dang, they're mean.
Play that again. I guess I ruined the joke because I forgot that the stormtroopers actually say that.
Yeah, you can record it again.
Yeah.
You a little bold for a civilian. Aren't you a little short for a Wookiee?
They wrecked him.
They destroyed him.
The boom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was so good.
That's funny. I love their banter in the parks. It's really fun.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And then I guess I sent this meme in. It was just hilarious.
Oh my God.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, a little Star Wars style. The gladiator sandals. Oh my God. Those should be burned.
So funny. All right, so we covered a lot this episode.
We did.
Talked about a lot. There was a lot that happened this week, and my gosh, I'm so excited for all these new announcements and new updates on either current projects or future projects.
Yeah.
And this week with Book of Boba, we got some amazing content.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for episodes 6 and 7.
It's gonna be so good.
It's going to be
I think
amazing.
it's gonna be like a 2-part finale.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. If they gave us an hour worth of just Mando this episode, I can't even begin to imagine what we're going to get with episodes 6 and 7.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome because we got no Boba this episode.
Yeah.
None.
And 2 seconds of Fennec.
And 2 seconds of Fennec. So,
yeah.
I'm not complaining at all. This episode was amazing. but I think we're gonna be blown. If we were blown away with the third to last episode, the last 2 episodes are going to leave us speechless. I'm excited. It's going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this episode and sticking with us. We thank you so much for watching and listening. We are having so much fun with this. It's been really fun and getting to talk about all the things that we're excited for. I mean, we talk about it anyway, so we thought might as well, record ourselves talking about it and talk about it with you guys. So please let us know if there's anything if there's anything we missed. Let us know in the comments. We can probably talk about it next week. If there are any TikToks or anything, any memes you want to send us, and maybe we can watch it on the show, please go ahead and send them to our Punch It Chewie Podcast Instagram or our Punch It Chewie Podcast email, which is down below. We would love to check them out and show them on the show. And all the links are down below if you want to check out our shop, our Patreon, whatever it is you'd like. We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate you sticking here with us again and watching. It means the world to us. So we'll see you next week. And thank you again.
Bye.